10-4. ETA is probably about 20 minutes out.
My first job in law enforcement was with the West Virginia State Police. I remember as a kid just seeing the troopers and the deputies go by and
Berkeley County.
just how much I idolized them. I knew that someday I would hopefully be able to do that.
214, I'm going to get on 50.
I've been with Frederick County now for 4 years in January.
So I've been in the fire service as a firefighter for about 10 years now. I started with my local volunteer fire department where I grew up at. I started here in 2009 and I've been here for about 6.5 years with the Winchester Fire and Rescue Department. My dad has been in the fire service in the city of Hagerstown. He's the fire marshal there. Growing up in the fire service, you always watch them leave, and so you just wonder, when's your day gonna come?
Winchester, on scene. Unit 121117.
I've been a police officer for about 7.5 years. I've always been the type of person that has wanted the adrenaline rush from the job. I've always tried to go out of my way to help somebody if they were in need, and it's just kind of carried over from when I was a child into my adult life.
The county went out to the residents.
I think there was a lot more respect towards police officers when I was growing up than what we see now. It just seems like there's just a negative aspect towards police just in general. Each day is different. When we come to work, we don't have any idea what we're going to get into. And Dave, can you revise? That's why you're driving around, you can...
Unit 12 is going to handle the call.
10-4, thank you. You think about, if you're just on a call, what you may have done wrong, what you could do better, how you can improve.
So a typical day at the fire department, we come in here 6:30, 6:45, get ready for the day, talk to the shift that's coming off duty about their day yesterday. Then we check in with the dispatch center and talk to the crew about what's going on for the day. And then we come out and we check off our apparatus and make sure that everything's ready to go. We want to make sure that we keep the fire trucks clean so that tomorrow's shift doesn't complain about it. We'll see where it's at. One thing about being a firefighter is that we definitely do a lot more than just going and extinguishing fires. I mean, that's just a very little bit of what we do. About 75% of what we do is emergency medical calls.
Headquarters medic 1-2, wagon 176.
Every day you come to work or every day that you go on a fire call, it's always something different.
10-4.
I hear a lot of people tell me, well, I don't want to bother you. I don't call because I don't want to bother you, have better things to do. And, I try to tell people that, that's what we're here for.
You want to try to call him or you may have him call you?
We're usually here at about 6:15 in the morning for briefing. And then mostly you go out on patrol, usually we're out about 7:15. And whatever the community brings us.
So we're running the tag on the vehicle to make sure the vehicle doesn't come back stolen, something like that, where maybe we would have to do a felony traffic stop. The hardest part, the reason I'm stopping is you have a brake light. Is you're never off. Your middle brake light there, it's out. People don't understand the mental aspect that truly goes in this job and the amount of responsibility that you have. 10-4. It consumes your life, your significant others, your family. My grandmother developed a bad habit of listening to the scanner. When I worked midnight shift when I was in Jefferson County, she would stay up my whole entire shift and listen to the scanner just to make sure I was okay.
My wife, she's very supportive of me being in the fire service. It's the unknown for us, but it's also the unknown for them, If she calls me and I don't respond back for 4 hours, you don't know what's going on. We're here for 24 hours at a time. We, come in the morning when we first wake up, come to work, we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner together, we exercise together. So just that bond, just while working, is really strong. We don't do this job for recognition, but it's always greatly appreciated when we are recognized for something we do.
59, if you can check the parking lot behind the George Washington Hotel, 103 East Piccadilly Street, Cross Street, North Cameron, North Penn.
I would say the most rewarding recognition that we get now is just a civilian as you're doing a foot patrol in the downtown mall. Just comes up to you out of the blue and says thank you for what you do, especially with the negative publicity that we get now.
Winchester 70.
Just because one officer somewhere in the country does something bad doesn't mean that we're all bad.
Please refaxing it, there was an error when it
If
came
you see
to
us somewhere, you can come up and say hi. We're human like everybody else. We have emotions just like everybody else.
We might look tough on the outside, but it's a gut-wrenching feeling sometimes with some of the calls. You try to put it behind you because you still have to be, you know, a person in your personal life, but it is very hard. You know, we can't escape the fact that there has been some bad decisions made on, you know, some people in law enforcement, but overall, the profession as a whole
All right, sir.
still does a great job.
You good to go? Y'all have a good evening.
No matter what problem you have, you know, that's why we're out here. That's why you pay. This is our job, so don't be afraid to call us if you need something.